Welcome to the Transfer Exchange Show. We are live and it's the Super 6 podcast. North London is red, as if we didn't know that before. We were sure by the end of this weekend, Manchester City keep under pressure after beating Forest. Liverpool. Has anybody seen Liverpool? Has anybody seen the quadruple? Has anybody seen the great Jurgen Klopp? No.
Has anyone seen Farrell Keeling?
Well, has anyone seen Farrell?
No.
Wow. Liverpool. The humble Liverpool. The great, I would say, backtrack FC Liverpool. That's all I've been hearing all week. We'll be talking about that. And obviously, we'll be talking about Manchester United. We've got two Man United fans in Alex and Garth. How you doing?
Yeah, good. So, mate, yourself?
So. It's all right, yeah. Good for you lot.
Well, it would be so. I mean, it's not going the best, but at least it wasn't a loss this weekend. Steve, in high spirits, I see, hopefully.
Yeah.
Big win on the weekend.
Massive win the weekend, mate. Massive, mate.
Yeah. So much for Mr. We only know one way, mate. He only knew one way, and it didn't work. Steve, go over the game. 3-0 up at halftime, looking like we were absolutely cruising, and then David Raya out of nowhere gifts Tottenham a go and allows them back in it. Then Declan Rice gives them another last bit of hope before the game was shut off. But what was your feelings about the game, Steve?
Yeah, well, you have to give them something, didn't you? You know, even I can feel a little bit sorry for Spurs supporters sometimes. So, but hope kills. But the game, mate. Oh dear, I mean, that last 10 minutes, you know, that took me back to like 2014. I remember sitting in the stadium, you know, watching Arsenal playing Spurs, and 10 minutes to go, and we had to win, and they equalised, and it was. It was scary, mate. I'm getting too old for it, that's for sure, for all this. But look, the game. First half, we wasn't great. We've played a lot better, you know, in recently. But 3-0 up, we was 3-0 up at half time, and you couldn't really believe it, really. I never expected to go 3-0 up, but it's. Tottenham, to be fair to them, didn't really play that bad in the first half. But I think it was, you know, you get the old adage, didn't you? Men against boys, and to me, that's what it was. It just seemed they come out, they looked nervous, Spurs, right from the off, and it seemed to me that Arsenal just sat back and just let them come with them, and we just toiled with them. And look, it was a bit lucky with the first goal. With the corner and the own goal. So, but we'll take that. Second goal was a great finish, and third one, Kai Havertz steps up and with an header. Look, it was fantastic. It got really airy at the end. It got really in the end, but overall, it wasn't. I didn't feel under pressure at all. But the Raya mistake, could have done without that. The Rice penalty could have definitely done without that. It was, I say, like I said at the beginning, it just got really airy. But you just thought, that was a performance where you look at our last season where this was the time where nerves set in, and you hearing people say, after the Villa game, and what's going to happen to them last season. But none of that this season. It's a different team this season, different attitude, much stronger. Powerhouse of a football side we're watching at the moment. Kier is an absolute powerhouse of a football side. Haven't got any weaknesses, and I think Tottenham knew that from the beginning. I think Ange knew that from the beginning, and I spoke a little bit the other week about the fear factor, and that's what I felt during the game. I just felt they had fear. I felt they had fear, You look at some of their players on their pitch, Maddison, who we've had compared with Odegaard in the past.
It's non-existent.
I mean, he was absolutely, he was non-existent. I mean, absolutely hilarious. And they could change it up. They tried to bring subs on. I mean, bringing like knobheads like with Carlson on. You know, just chalk and cheese, night and day, whatever way you want to look at it. But yeah, good performances. I'm trying to think, who really played. Ben White, I thought was excellent again. I said to the other week, Southgate better go and get on his knees. Because I watched Kyle Walker. If he's going to be the right back for England, he was he's looking really shaky over the past few weeks. So I'd get on my knees to Ben White and beg him to come into the Euros. But yeah, man of the match again. We got to talk about him. We got to give him his props. Kai Havertz, absolutely outstanding. Flop. No, we told people about him. We told people why Arteta bought him. We tried to. But now, since January, arguably Arsenal's best player, up there with Odegaard, 65 million a snip, mate. Outstanding. And now you're getting to talk about, do Arsenal need a striker? Is he someone who can hit 20 goals next season, 22 goals? He's on 13 now. We're still 3 games left. As I say, and this is with substitute appearances as well. I don't know about that. That's for another time, whether we do need one or not. But he was outstanding. Probably his 3rd or 4th man of the match appearance. Thing in the last 10 games. But yeah, hairy. But we got over the line, mate. 3 games to go. And at this moment, anything can happen. We've been here before. And with other sides, and yeah, Man United looking a bit dodgy. Man City looking a little bit. They don't look great at the moment, but they're getting things done. Arsenal getting things done. Getting to get excited. It's going to get nervous, mate. So yeah.
No, it definitely is. Garth, Arsenal pushing Manchester City to the wire. It's in City's hands, but they're doing everything they can to make sure they're keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, so you can't after the good result of the weekend, you can't ask for anything more from your lads, can you? You're doing exactly what you need to do. It's in Man City's hand because they got who they got next. Who is their game in hand against? Can't be
Tottenham.
Fulham, can it?
Tottenham
against Spurs.
Their game in hand against Tottenham.
So that's not a given in any day of the week.
You've got to hope that Spurs do something.
Yeah, that's not a given, is it? You know what I mean? Spurs, good team. I know you just done them up, but they can do them definitely. So yeah, you must be ecstatic. I can't believe it. I've got nothing more to say. It makes me sick. Look at you! Look at you both trying to hide the smiles. Lok at it; it's disgusting.
The thing with Tottenham,
it makes me want to throw up, Steve. I don't want to hear about how happy you are, mate. I don't want to hear.
But the thing with Tottenham, mate, I ain't got no confidence in Tottenham.
No, of course not, definitely not. But I'm just saying,
you know what I mean? It's
you
just...
never know. You never know. You know what I mean? Spurs can do something. But yeah, fantastic for you lads.
Sorry, all right.
Alex, as a Man United fan of the era that me and Garth were involved in as well. I know the rivalry between Arsenal and Man United is very bitter. Are you slightly worried that it could be Arsenal that could be gloating for the next 10 years about if they were to win this Premier League title?
Not at all. And I've said it so many times. That rivalry for me, I lived it, loved it, breathed it. That died for me a long time ago. I feel like we both haven't been at the peak to even consider ourselves to be like proper rivals, and now you guys are like surpassing us in terms of in every which way. So it's kind of difficult.
It's our time to be rivals again, then.
No,
100%.
I think how can we be? I mean, if you think what we have, I mean, the quality is not matching, so we really can't. So yeah, I've said it. I want Arsenal to win the league because I really don't want City to win it. And now Liverpool can't. That's confirmed. I'm really, really gung-ho for Arsenal to win the league. So that's my stance on it. And plus, I love Kai Havertz. So I'm like, yeah, good for Kai.
Yeah, no, he was brilliant on the weekend. Steve, I want to talk about a certain Jamie Carragher and just Liverpool fans in general. We've got one or two of them that are friends. The rest I'm not too sure about. The recent comments from Jamie Carragher where he said that Liverpool are shocked that they're in this position, and that they're very surprised to be here. They're just appreciative to be in this position at the end of this season, because they never expected it at the start of the season. Whereas it wasn't only a few weeks ago that Jamie Carragher was turned around and said that it's out of Liverpool and Manchester City because he feels that Liverpool and Manchester City have been there before, were his exact words. They had the experience. So
the experience.
I'm seeing. Yeah, you heard that as well. So I'm hearing a lot of Liverpool fans turn around and say they're just proud to be in this position. They're just proud. You see a big U-turn.
Big U-turn, mate. Big U-turn. I mean, to be fair, what he said, I can imagine the actual the players and Klopp and what's the people, the coaching staff thinking that way. You know, we're lucky to be here. I'm sure Klopp, thought like behind the scenes, look, that this team ain't, we're lucky to be here. You know, I think there's part of that's the reason why he's left now, because he's like, whoa, I can do big job now. Do you know what I mean? Let's get out while we can, type of thing. Or, I don't think I've got it in me to take it on further. But Jerry came and the Liverpool fans and even their mate Farrell to a certain degree. They was full of it, weren't they? They were full of it. We heard all the world class, and we've been there before, and we've done it before. And we've got this player, we've got Van Dijk, and we got Salah, and we got all these Joe Gomez and Trent. Arsenal got no one. Well, where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you? I thought it was nonsense and arse at the time, and it's proved to be nonsense and arse. So, yeah, look, I'm sure there are Liverpool supporters out there who, will sit back and think, we've still got a long way to go. Or, they were lucky. I mean, Champions League football and a cup. Do you know what I mean? At the beginning of the season, for this Liverpool side, for me, it's a good season. I think they've done well to do that.
Yeah.
If you was to give them that, Klopp would probably grab your hand off. But they've got in a similar situation to Arsenal, where they was last season, where they're building this team, got young players, brought a few players in, but the only difference is I've got no vision of, and I think Liverpool fans haven't said this yet, but I'd be surprised if deep down they don't think it. I think Liverpool are going to go backwards now for a while with this team. I can't not see them, this new guy coming in, taking over at the helm, and then pushing Man City and Arsenal next season. I just can't see it. This was their chance, and I think they know it. And I think this is why you're getting all this nonsense talk from people like Carragher.
Garth, Arne Slot is looking like he's going to be becoming the next Liverpool manager.
Oh, sorry. Arne Slot,
manager of finals.
That's a fake name. That's a fake name, definitely. Arne Slot ain't having that, mate. What are you talking about? I thought they were getting Xabi Alonso, unbeaten.
Yeah, no, I thought they were getting the sporting manager. I thought they were getting it's always full.
They're getting Arne Slot. No, he's all right. I didn't know much about
it. Sounds like a 70s porn star, didn't he?
It definitely don't sound
Arne
right,
Slot.
Mate.
Big Arne. Sorry, Alex. I don't really think he big Arne Slot.
Absolutely
big Arne Slot is coming to Liverpool.
Sorry.
It's getting worse, isn't it?
So sorry. I lost my train of thought completely. So he's coming in to manage Liverpool. As Steve was saying, do you think there's going to be a drop-off? Do you think they've got the right man in charge?
I don't know about the right man in charge, mate, honestly. But I mean, 100% is going to be a drop-off. I thought, we said this before, I thought they were going to get a drop-off no matter who they got in. This is why I thought Xabi Alonso shouldn't take the job. That's why I said 100%. I reckon it would be you've got to have a pair on you to be taking that job after Klopp. when you've just taken when you've just taken Leverkusen to an unbeaten season, and then coming into, it's going to be a drop off no matter what, man. 100%. Whoever comes in, it's going to be a tough job. And I think this is what I said. That's probably the sort of level of manager they want, isn't it? Unexperienced, You know what I mean? Like, there's no elite managers out there that you can get in. This is Man United's problem in the summer when we give it a 10 Hag. There's no one out there that's a leading candidate. I was hearing Mourinho getting bandied about, and I was like, nah.
So Chelsea fans are talking about they want Mourinho back.
Oh, third time's a charm, my God. But yeah, listen, there's going to be a massive drop off. As we said, the players Salah and Van Dijk, both 31, 32, they're going to be going soon. Yeah, it's a big job, big job for him.
Yeah, Alex, Liverpool fans, should they worry about the new manager coming in and Klopp leaving? Do you think there's going to be a big drop off?
I don't know. I mean, when you hear them talk about my Dutch manager, you think so. That Dutch managers aren't very good, etc. So potentially, they've got
I wasn't
worry on
thinking
their
that.
hands.
Wasn't thinking that at all.
So I don't know. I mean, I read up a little bit about him, and apparently he's good at developing young players. And the one thing that stood out to me was the fact that he's good at managing like small budgets. And you know how Liverpool are just the biggest like cry babies. They feel like they've done everything.
Next Spend FC.
They're like, oh my God, we spent the least. So I'm like, wow, this is a match made in heaven. This is great. They're going to start, continuing that brand going forward. But apparently his style is also similar to Klopp's, like high intensity, all that kind of stuff. So maybe they've met their match in heaven. I really don't know. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm so excited. And I hope that it's misery and pain. Well done.
A smile on your face. Steve, you said you're seeing a big drop off. Do you think they got the right man? Do you think there was any other options?
I mean, it was a shock, weren't it?
Yes.
I mean,
I was surprised when I heard his name.
I don't know. I mean, I can't say I know too much about him.
Mm-hmm.
I've spoken to a couple of people about him. He's done well in Eredivisie. He's got people who are saying he's a good manager, and he's this and he's that. Look,
I heard that a couple of years ago about someone else, mate. Like,
this is the thing. This is the thing. I mean, there's nothing on. Ten Hag's put it this way. Ten Hag's had a lot of stuff more to deal with than what this guy's going to have. To come in. So people are comparing the two jobs. I think it's a little bit unfair. It's a bit ridiculous. I mean, at the moment, Liverpool just need rebuilding. Do you know what I mean? They haven't got like problems going on anywhere else. But look, it does make you think. It does. I mean, if there was a question about Ten Hag last, when he came to the club, you think, well, okay, it's Ajax, it's Eredivisie. He's great. He's done well in the Champions League, but look, Champions League is a cup competition, and Ajax are playing in the Eredivisie. Can he come in and do the business at Manchester United? So the same questions are in my head. I'm thinking the same about this guy, and that's not because of at this moment Erik ten Hag hasn't sort of done as well as what we thought. It's just due to the fact that can someone with that experience come into a massive club like Liverpool and try and take them back to challenging or keep up with Arsenal and Man City. I can't see it. I've already said just before, I can't see it. And I know we talk about, and I know we've said that there's not many managers out there, and there's not. But I still say there would be others that I would have put in front of him, rather than him, who ain't much better. But I would have, I would have took the chance on more than him. I think it's a risk. I think it's a big risk. I'd worry if I was a Liverpool fan. It might come good, but if it was if it was Arsenal, I'd worry. At least Arteta, okay, he was unproven, but he knew the Premiership, he knew the Premier League, he'd worked under Arteta, he'd won cups and competitions under Pep, he knew the league. This guy knows nothing about the Premier League. It's difficult. I'd worry.
Yeah, it's
unless they've got a deal already like Alonso for next year, and this is just a cheap option for a year that they know it might work out. And if it don't, they can sack him and get it'd be pretty cheap. So
I think it's 2 years. 2 years with an option. So
there you go. So that sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Man United time. 1-1 draw against Burnley. You've got a headache as I mentioned your club, Garth. 1-1 draw against Burnley. Garth, I see. What were the issues first? What were the issues? Because there's clearly some drawing against Burnley 1-0.
Wow, it's just Man United, man. It's the style of play's non-existent. Like it's the same stuff that you've heard all the time. The style of play's non-existent. The players ain't doing it on the pitch. The legs are gone. Half of them are too old. Most of them get paid too much and are prima donnas. I heard today that the whole team's up for sale. I don't know. Has anyone read this?
Yeah, we're
article?
going to go through that in a minute. We'll go through that.
Oh, sorry, right, yeah. I only just saw it before we came live. I just saw
yes,
it.
just see it now.
3 players, that's it. But yeah, no, it's just that the usual. Listen, is it a washout season? I mean, Ten Hag, he must be screwing because individual errors, like we must have thrown away 15 points this season from people being doofuses on the pitch. Like, what's Onana up to? Like, what's he doing? Like, that's like Jeff Hardy, WrestleMania, coming off the top rope, mate, just wiping him out like crazy. So yeah, then obviously Chelsea with 3 away points. So yeah, he must be fuming. I feel for him. I mean, listen, I've been backing him for the longest time, but I think we're now in a situation where it's untenable for him to stay in it. You know, like we're not getting results. We're scraping through when we are winning. And like Burnley 1-0, we nearly threw it away against, come from behind twice against Sheffield United. Yeah, we won, but it don't mean much. But yeah, I feel for him. I would keep him, but I just think it's untenable now. Like, what can you like? Every week it's another travesty of football. Some of those, I mean, either you two boys watching much of Man United because it's some of the most. Alex was here. Some of those boring football you've seen.
No. I watched the commentary.
It's diabolical football. It's diabolical. So yeah. Alex, I'll let you take it on from there.
Alex, Garth says that it's untenable for Ten Hag. What's your thoughts on that? Is it time to go? You've had enough. End of the season. Give him a chance. Do you see any shining light in there?
It's really hard. It's really hard because my feelings are I'm like, he needs to go. But then at the same time, I'm looking at these players and I'm like, wow.
Oh, I thought you had a theme tune.
Sorry, my Google just decided to play. I see the players that have been there for so many years and I think, oh my gosh, like you need to go. And the mistakes. And I'm just like Eriksen in 2024 with United. It's just not going to work. I think he needs to go to like, I don't know, Italy or something.
Been there.
Go back. And obviously we've had our defensive issues, our injury. I'm say we've had different combinations of defenders over the season. So it's like we've had Lindelof, we've had Evans, who, for goodness sake, is like 39, and it's like wow, he's still playing, can't believe it. And I just think overall, just the players just seem to give up. I don't see any passion. We played Coventry. Coventry were great. This game in particular against Burnley, I felt like they played well. There was moments of like, okay, they've got control, like we're doing something. But again, we just can't finish. Like I saw a stat or something that said that Højlund gets more passes from Onana, which to me is like really, really bizarre. I don't understand how that's even a thing. And just in general, our wingers are crap. I mean, Anthony is just, I can't anymore. I just cannot. Even though he scored a goal, so that's great. I don't know what Rashford's up to. I think he's just injured and he's just not doing well. But it's just also just, I'm looking at him like, is our tactics just long balls? Because that's what I'm seeing a lot of. It's like long balls, and trying to score, and then it just doesn't work. We're really bad at set pieces. We're really bad at defending. The midfield is just non-existent. It's like I probably could run through that midfield easily and get to the end and, still probably score because no one's there to defend me. It's just, honestly, it's just it's a nightmare. It's a circus. And I just want to get out of this show because it's not fun and I'm not enjoying it. It's just
so a team on the up then, sounds like.
Yeah. The only thing is, Alex, if you do break through, Onana will clear you right out.
Oh yeah, he will knock me out. Yeah, I'll get on my ass for sure.
Steve, sorry, if you was in the position as a Man United fan, what would you be thinking? Giving Ten Hag an opportunity? Would you be giving Ten Hag a chance? Is that who's out there to take the job? Who would you bring in?
See, this is it. Garth said it many a time. Who do you bring in? Who's going to want to come in? Who's going to want take over. This mess of what sort of, I suppose, the Glazers have made happen over the years by bringing in the wrong people to bring in the wrong players, and the conveyor belt has just gone down, and eventually we've got to this situation. But the whole thing needs ripping up and starting again. And I feel that, look, if Ineos are going to come in, to start a new process, start a new structure, I do feel you've got to get rid of the manager. But, similar to probably what Garth and Alex, where they are, do you know what I mean? You bring a new manager in, and then what happens down the line, down a year down the line or 2 years down the line, you're back to the same place again because manager comes in with the same players, and you're just back to square one. So you got a never-ending conveyor belt of just things that are going wrong. But I don't know. To be honest, I can't see how he can keep his job. To be honest with you, I can't, and that annoys me to say that, because it is. I think it's more the players than it is him, because and even if it's not him, he's not been given a fair crack because of all the shit that's been going on. So, but again, I will go back to, if you've got new people come in and you're going to start a new process, I do feel you need a new manager, because there are things in Ten Hag as well, that you look at him and you think, again, I don't watch Man United every week, but it's very difficult to see a pattern of play. It's very difficult to see what they're doing. A lot of the signings I feel that have not gone well. If he was a manager of any other club and he was to put all that shit, and you were sixth in the league at Man United in the past, he'd be gone. So yeah, it killed. But I don't see, the buck stops at the manager, doesn't it? There was why does he? Again, Alex and Garth will be able to answer this, but why does he keeps bringing players off and making the team worse? That's something that I've noticed recently, and I don't watch him all the time. He brings Mainu off, he brings Garnacho off, and then in the next breath they're losing, or the other team's got a goal back, and that's happened at least 3 times, that I can remember in recent games. Why is, there's got to be something in his thinking. Why are you doing that? See the game out, manage management. It doesn't seem to be right, but yeah, I still saying all that. I still think, players are mostly to blame more than him.
Yeah.
But I think he will have to go, because the man always stops at the manager, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or starts at the manager.
But who's going to come in? That is the big question. Alex, Garth, we're going to pull the squad up. We're going to go through them quickly, and we're going to say, who would you sell and who would stay?
Easy.
In the paper, we've just seen.
Sell.
We've just seen that Man United are likely would sell. Only 3 would stay. Okay, we're just doing both together. So
it's like that film Trading Places. You've seen Trading Places. Sell.
Great film. Great film.
Classic film.
Sell here.
I nearly put that in work. I would have got a sack. Okay, Heaton.
Sell.
He's back up. I'd keep him just because, don't bother me.
Onana.
Keep.
If you mean we can get someone else in, sell. Yeah, sell. He's been a travesty.
Is this where it's at now?
This year.
Is that where you're at now?
Travesty.
Yeah, but I mean, if we can get someone else in, then yeah. Of course you got to get someone else in.
Oh, this is Man United, mate. Don't make that assumption. Oh
my God.
Yeah, if you keep an eye on him and get in a good second goalkeeper, he might take over from him. There's always that thinking.
Sorry,
well, we've got a second goalkeeper, but we never see him play, so we don't know.
Yeah.
Can't
He's had
tell.
one game, ain't he? Yeah, one game. Couldn't tell you anything about him, mate. Apart from
Yeah, I'll sell him as well. I'd sell him as well.
Yeah,
Just like
yeah, just get the money. Get the money in.
Get the money. Lindelof.
Sell.
Oh God, it's like a hall of shame. Look at the state of it.
God.
Oh,
Sell.
goodness me. Yes, sell.
Keep.
Yeah.
Sell.
Maguire.
Keeps.
Sell.
Martinez.
Keep.
Keep.
I'd keep Maguire, you know.
No.
What?
Yeah,
You
it's-
said you'll keep Squadron Mustafi, Steve.
No.
And look where we are now.
No.
No,
You take
I'd,
it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
take it.
not
Yeah.
if he would, if Maguire would be willing. I'm saying this because I've got an article coming out in a couple of days, so I'll probably that's why.
Here we go. Let's go. Plug.
Plug.
Go.
No, I'm not going to plug.
No,
Right.
you got to. Go.
No.
Gareth Maguire.
I think there's a good chance he was going to stay.
Okay.
And for the reasons being that if you're going to come in and you're going to bring all these young kids in, I think Maguire, to be fair to him, he's been really good for you recently, isn't he, Maguire as well?
Yeah.
You know, to be honest, he's good for England. He's been there, done it, got the t-shirt.
Oh,
hasn't he?
crying.
I can't have it.
Crime the river. I want to win a trophy.
Yeah,
This
It's
is
because everyone
Harry.
else has been bad.
we've been
Yeah.
awful, and he's been playing all the way through that. He's not been like we've been awful, and he's been playing because he's awful. Moving on. Get rid of him.
That's
Steve.
fine. All I keep hearing on the very few podcasts that I've watched that Maguire's been really good recently. I haven't watched United, but I keep seeing, Maguire's been top player. He's been really good. He's been one of our best players.
The
The bar is low.
If that's not true, then
Yeah,
but I am hearing that a lot. I am hearing that a lot, not from just one person.
Yeah, no,
That's about as much as a compliment as being called the nicest guy in prison at the moment, Steve. Peter say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, though, if
being
you're
good
going
for
to
Man
bring in a
United.
lot, if you're going to bring in a lot of young players, you don't want to
I
get
know
rid
what
of all
you
your
mean. I know
holders.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I
If
know
he's
what you're
willing,
saying.
to stay there and sort of talk to the youngsters and tell them what Man United's all about and have that here. I mean, look at him against Coventry. Do you know what I mean? Fantastic, wasn't he? The way he acted. Do you know what I mean? You know, that's the type of attitude you want at your football club.
Yeah.
You want that, whether he's shit on the football pitch.
Well,
you
let's
want that attitude. You want that attitude on the pitch.
outside of the
Yeah.
pitch. Being
I don't want him conceding 3 goals against Coventry on the pitch.
Oh my
That's what I don't want.
That's
Yeah.
a good point. Yeah.
Malacia.
Buy, sell, buy, sell.
Who's Malacia?
I don't know.
Who is that?
Remember?
Does he play for us still? He's got one of them. He got caught in somewhere with loads of prohibited substances, and he's taking the year out ban. The old Wenger. He's not in. Who was it? Who was it that all they always said was out on a ban for something? Because they've been around for a year now. Yeah, sell him. If someone will pay for him.
Yeah, sell.
Okay. Varane.
Sell.
So,
Sell.
yeah.
Dallo. He's been all right.
Sell.
Best player, one of your best
Okay.
players.
Still,
isn't he?
yeah, he has been actually. He's improved, but I'm still. I just can't. I just cannot.
Oh, with these players, he's only going around the penalty against Chelsea.
He stays back up, right back until we
You've
get.
got to
Yeah.
have some players left.
Yeah.
No, we ain't, Steve. No, we ain't, Steve.
That's
This
good.
is a penalty.
Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw.
I'm selling him.
Sell him.
Sell.
Got to sell Luke Shaw. Wan-Bissaka.
Sell.
I'll keep Aaron. I'll keep Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I'll keep Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, I would keep him as
All
well.
right, no Dallo. Keep Aaron. Okay.
Johnny Evans.
Sell.
He's been one of your best players, isn't he? According to some people.
This is
Oh,
bad. This is bad,
I mean,
Steve. If Johnny
God.
Evans and Harry Maguire, Man United's best
Exactly.
players,
That's what I
there's-
keep hearing.
there's
Now.
serious
I keep
problems.
hearing.
It's bad.
serious problems. We're not going to pick on the youth.
Yeah. Let's
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, he can stay.
100% keep. Yeah, definitely.
Christian Eriksen.
Sell.
So
Was it you, Alex, you said in the group? Because look at that picture there. He don't look like that at the moment. He looks about 20 years older. Than, what happened to Christian Eriksen all of a sudden? Like that man woke up one morning old.
Casemiro looks 3 stone lighter. He looks like 3 stone lighter there.
Sell Casemiro.
Yeah, sell Casemiro.
McTominay.
McNamara
Sell.
selling.
McNamara.
Selling.
Kobe Mainoo.
Oh, keeping.
Oh, we
100.
got a keeper. We've got a keeper.
Yay! Not cheering for you. Yay!
Hey,
This is more fun than I thought it would be. Mason Mount.
might as well for now.
Might as well.
We haven't seen him
Wow.
play. He's played like 8 games, ain't he?
I don't know what he's got. I don't know.
Yeah, don't know what he's about. I got
He's
no
not-
idea who he is.
So he might as well
The
stay.
ghost of Old Trafford.
Forson's decent. I mean, I've heard good things about Forson.
Mo Forson.
Yeah, he
He's a
looks
youngster.
all right.
He's a youngster.
Yeah,
Leave
Yeah.
him
he don't
alone.
look much better. A Langer level player, he looks like to me. You know what I mean? He's a
You
decent.
should have kept
decent.
him. He's quite decent, isn't he, Langer? He ain't bad. He's
Yeah,
probably
it's
better
20
than-
mil though, weren't it? That FFP, they really
Yeah.
helped that 20 mil.
Oh, he's
Oh.
been a disaster,
Oh.
isn't he, this geezer? Oh, my
What
word.
a joke.
Sell.
Amrabat. He's got his own
No.
slot. There we go.
Sell.
No, don't want him.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
he
Let's
Amrabat
buy a
goes.
player based off a
Oh
World
my
Cup.
God.
Never do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
never
God.
do it. Don't do it.
Oh,
Martial's got
Eddie
to go, hasn't he?
Martial, new contract.
bye.
New contract, 320 grand a week. Keep
There we
him.
go.
He's a
Loyalty
stalwart.
bonus. Loyalty
He's a
bonus.
legend. He's a legend of this club.
You can hang your hat off this kind of player.
He's only 28. That's the maddest thing.
What?
He's going to be on a free. He's 28.
No way.
Anthony Martial. Yeah. 28
Right,
years old. He's going to be on a free.
this is
What?
where
He's
the comment.
28. And it's
Yeah.
not. It's not 29 till Christmas.
No, yeah, man. He's going to be, yeah, 28 for someone
What
on a
the
free.
hell? He's like young 28.
Mm.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, selling him.
Oh, the next one's going to be interesting.
Selling, and selling.
Marcus Rashford.
Sell.
Yeah. And I mean, if we're doing it properly, get rid of everyone, then no, keep him. It's, no, I'll keep Rashi. Yeah.
He's keeping Rashi.
No, I'm
I'll
good.
keep Rashi.
Anthony.
Sell straight away.
Sell. This fraud. I don't like
Sell.
people calling footballers frauds,
When
but
is
this dude
your
is a
passport?
fraud. Someone saw this geezer in goal 3. He's an actor. He must be. He was in goal 3. Like, he ain't played football before. Behave yourself. 90 mil. 90 mil. My goodness Christ. Come on.
90 mil. I
Wow.
mean, that's going down in there. That's going to be a Christmas blooper and everything. That is
Oh.
going
That's,
down in the
them,
record
that's
books.
one of them late night champ buys. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, oh,
That's
no,
like
he looks good.
QVC buy, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, yeah. Yeah, it's cubic zirconia. That's what he is. In a diamond world, he's a cubic zirconia.
See,
mate.
this is where Chelsea are clever. See, they only put down 60 million for Madrid. Do you know what I mean? But Man United just went, yeah, we'll take the 90.
Yeah, they only put down 60 million, but got to pay the rest still.
No,
And
they-
that is why I blame Eric
no,
Ten
no,
Hag
it's
for pushing for that
yeah.
move. That was just like it's criminal to push for that move.
the Madrid thing is if the rest of it is if he hits certain heights.
Oh, if he wins the Ballon d'Or, yeah.
And so he ate,
60 million then.
so it's 60 million.
Martial had one of them. Yeah, Martial had one of them.
Yeah,
The
but-
Ballon d'Or
and
clause.
when it's called the price past Liverpool, we were like, "Cool, you're going to be paying up that Ballon d'Or money in no time." This player's tasty. I wish we had him. Oh God, that didn't
Oh,
last long.
goodness.
Garnacho.
Keep.
Yeah, Kate, but you know what I say about him. He ain't
I wish
good.
he'd
Like, he's
die. I
good.
wish he'd stop with the blonde hair though. I don't like the blonde
Well,
hair.
I wonder where you're going there, Steve. I wish he'd die. I was like, shit, well, bro.
No,
Oh my god.
no, I like Garnacho.
Dallo.
Keep.
Keep, yeah.
He's not. They're not. He's going now. He won't be
Of course
going.
he is. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah.
And Rasmus Højlund.
Yeah, keep.
Yeah, he's got to keep.
Yeah, but there's question marks though in there, but keep
Like
definitely.
big question marks, but we'll keep
Yeah,
it. for now.
Yeah.
we've spoken to Garth about the question.
So you'll be
mark
playing in the six-a-side goals league next year.
Yeah. Yeah, might as well. That's our level.
Yeah.
There's only 6 players left.
Alex, we spoke to Garth before about his concerns about Højlund. What's your thoughts on Højlund? You feel like he's had a half decent first season? He's not quite the player you thought he was going to be?
I mean, I think for what he's had to deal with, like not getting any service, I think he scored some really good strikers goals that I've like really enjoyed. So I wanted to see a lot more of that, but I feel like in this team it's not possible. We need better quality to feed him some balls that he can actually score. So yeah, I'm still the jury's out with him a little bit because I feel like the players around him, I can't really assess him until I see him like with better quality and he's getting service. I haven't really got his lines yet necessarily. I just think he's just not. He's no.
So about 2028 then. We'll wait when he's about 28 years old. We go right here. We go. We can judge him now.
You'll probably take him off us and he'll probably score like 50 goals a season or something. Jeez.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh my god! So yeah,
Does he drop deep or anything like that, Holland? Is he one of these players who drops deep, or is he just like
He does. Yeah, he's very energetic. He's very much like an all-rounded, like defensive and offensive striker. I think he is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not comparing, but it's like an Harry Kane thing where he drops deep, goes forward, drops. No, look. I mentioned that the other day. I said that about Kai Havertz and Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Kai Havertz drops and they make goals and people get carried away. Oh, what you saying? He's better than Kane. Oh,
yeah, you can't make comparisons like that.
You
Steve.
can't
Steve
even bring up Kane.
People will go,
what?
He's just good as Kane.
You go, no, you're trying. Look, he said.
Yeah, there's no point. Ratio, cry more. Yeah, no. Just don't get involved in those Twitter spats, Steve. It's not worth it.
I'm not allowed anyway. I'm told off before.
Stay away from it. The recent news come out that the Premier League could potentially be putting a spending cap on which was clubs from spending too much. The league has stated that they won't put a cap on players' wages, but they could potentially put a cap on clubs buying in players based on how much money the lowest earning club in the English top flight makes from television rights. Steve, what was your thoughts on that? Do you think there should be a spending cap?
Well, Man City and Chelsea, and what's the name? Do they? Man United, which is hardly, you can see why. But to be honest with you, I do get their point to a degree. I'm a little bit old school, mate. I don't think the top clubs have always. I mean, whether it's a sign of the times and the lower clubs are struggling more, but I don't really remember that it's been any different. The top clubs have always, got the top players. If you're at the top of the league, the top players have gone to the club. I don't see what difference it's really gonna make. Mm-hmm. I don't see what change it's gonna make. Because you can cap it, you can still cap it, but at the end of the day, the top player who that's around that you can afford is always going to go to the top club. So what's the difference? I don't understand whether it's society and the government and the money, and which I don't really know too much about. Then I don't know. Maybe there's reasons for it, but I'm not one for it. I'm just like, I haven't looked into it enough, really. It came out today. I'd have to sort of have a look into it a bit more. But from what you said, I just, not really. Just sort of, go with how it's been. And I'm pretty sure that's why Man United and especially Man City have said, well, no, why do we have to do this? If you're building your team and you're the best team and you're the best team on the pitch and the best players want to go to your club, then what goes around comes around. One time it'll be Man United, next minute it'll be Man City. Then Chelsea had their time for a while, didn't they? Where everybody wanted to go to Chelsea. At the moment, if you think everybody would want to go to Arsenal, and it just happens, doesn't it? It's a cycle, and I don't see why we could change it. People want to change too many things, at the moment. So yeah, maybe that's a bit old school, showing my age a bit. But for me, just keep it as you are. I would, but yeah, that's just my opinion.
Garth, would you bring in a spending cap?
Yeah, I'll do it properly though, instead of the half-assed way that the FA and the Premier League do everything. It's the whole problem with FFP and Premier League sustainability rules. No one actually has got a clue how it really works. You just, at the end of the season, you find out a couple of teams have missed it, so they've got to pay fines or they get deduct points. I don't see any problem with a spending cap personally. I put it on transfer and wages. I think, if you want to make it the level playing field that they say that they do, that's the only way to do it in the modern game. Because otherwise, clubs are just going to run away soon. Man City are basically running away with it. You've done well this year, but they're by far and away the best team, and they're the best team because not just because they've got money, because they've got a great manager as well, but they've been able to go out and drop 70 mil on Gvardiol, 90 mil on Gvardiol as a second, not even as your main choice player for the first half of the season. So yeah, for me, I don't like the way that they're talking about this implementation of it. I think it's just another convoluted mess of a way to do it, depending on how much the lowest team's got, divided by how many fridge freezers are left in the back of the van at the end of the night. Like, just simple, isn't it? 200, like simple. You have a spending cap on wages and a spending cap on transfers, and you just have it the exact same across the board. Whatever
like
that
playing
is,
Premier League
150
fantasy football.
Pretty much. If you want to do it that way, because otherwise, it just becomes convoluted and there's loophole. The moment you've got this is the thing. Man City 115 charges, we're all going to get away with it. The moment there's a loophole, everyone's going to get away with it, and there will always be loopholes when you make it as vague language and convoluted as this.
Yeah, clubs will find somewhere around it, wouldn't they?
Always do. Yeah, exactly. That's why you got to keep it simple in my mind.
Yeah,
Alex, would you bring in a spending cap?
Oh, it's a tough one because it's at the end of the day, football is also a business, isn't it? So if you're doing that kind of stuff and you're preventing them from buying the best players, then you're going to then potentially prevent them from winning leagues and winning Champions League trophies and attracting more talent. So it's a really tough one. But at the same time, I get it. It's like trying to promote some level of fairness, but I don't know how they can really police that level of fairness, because everything always seems to take years and years and years to develop and years to fix and get right. So I don't know. It's like, let's just get let's get this VAR stuff sorted first before we start looking down.
Don't start on that. God.
Let's fix that first, and then we can look at other avenues and things. I don't know. So that's my opinion on it.
So you don't feel like it would make too much difference?
I don't, not really. I don't see how, because those top teams will always be where they are. And well, I say always be, but they always have that prestige around them. They'll always attract those top players. So it's like, if you have a spending cap, then does that then mean that players are going to want to then move to Sheffield United? Or I doubt it. So it's a really tough one. I'd have to see it like in situ for me to get and grasp how it would work.
Mm-hmm.
What it will mean though is like Man City can't go and buy Cunha and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they can't go and buy a Gvardiol as their fourth choice play. Like that's what it opens up. I know Sheffield United don't get the players, but what it does allows you start seeing what I've always thought the way a spending cap would work is it's a bit like with the F1 now. You're starting to see that some of the smaller teams get better and better. Because of the spending cap that's been, so you just see slow incremental. Yeah, no, they're not going to have the big players come in, but more players of the next level down will be available to them. That builds them up, and then so on and so forth.
I mean,
but bottom line is, you're right. It's a business, and businesses will always find a way to get their money in. Then
it would be quite nuts if we had a league where it's like you got these maybe 10 teams, and they're all so good, and they're all trying to win.
Yeah,
literally like 1.2 points. I mean, that would be nuts. I'd love that.
Yeah, that would be crazy though, wouldn't it? I don't know why they want. It just seems to be something that's, why it's never been that way. It seems that news people's come in, and they want to change things just for the sake of it, to make a name for this. I don't know, and it's not for me. I'm not for you. I'm just stick here as it is. Stick here. It's like we just said. The top teams will always be the top teams, and the top players will always want to go to the top. The teams who are being successful at the time. So, so looks like Arsenal going to get some good players over the next few years, don't they?
Well, we hope so. Let's talk about the final standings in the Premier League. Not too many games. Let's do this. Let's do this. Not too many games left of the season. Okay, Steve, how do you see it finishing? What's your top six? What's your top six? In what order?
God, dear. I have to do some memory because my eyes can't even see that. But
get the papers on, Steve. I'm getting mine on, mate. Go on.
What's that? Man United 12th, is that? No, I can't. I mean,
Arsenal top, Man City second, Liverpool third, Aston Villa fourth, Tottenham fifth, Manchester United in sixth place.
I think the top four will be the top four. Those four clubs will be in Champions League football. I haven't got any doubt about that. I don't think Spurs have got no chance of catching Villa personally. If they do,
is it 2 games in hand?
They've got 2 games in hand.
We'll put them on 66 points.
Yeah, but they're going to roll over for Man City. You know, they've got to play Liverpool, haven't they? And I think they've got to play Chelsea away. So
Yeah, they've got Liverpool, Chelsea. They've got actually got tough running.
They've got
Liverpool,
tough.
Chelsea,
Yeah.
Man City, and Burnley.
Yeah, I can't see them, you know, sneaking into top 4. So well done Aston Villa, well done Emery for me anyway. Then it's we go into big boy territory. I mean, Liverpool will finish 3rd. You know, there's no doubt about that. I'm not going to get into I'm not going to say they bottled it. You know, they don't. I don't believe in the word. I think that's, you know, it's 38 games.
I'm definitely going to have my fun with it.
Oh, we'll have our fun.
100%. They got to hear it. I've had too many Liverpool fans in my comment section for me not to. So.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. But do you know what I mean? It's 38 games. Do you know what I mean? They just wasn't good enough at the end of the day. Similar to Arsenal last year, we're just not ready yet. And then it gets to the top 2. Arsenal, Man City, who are just going blow for blow at the moment. Arsenal, you know, we're at this moment in time, we've got into that, you know, that place where we don't look like losing games. We've got Bournemouth the weekend at home. You'd expect us to win that. Then Manchester United, whatever you say about Manchester United, the way they are at the moment, that's going to be, we don't know, you know, what Man United is going to turn up. You know, personally, I think Man City are going to roll over. Sorry, Tottenham are going to roll over for Man City. Maybe Man United will do the same for us. You know, maybe they'll think, well, we don't want City to win it. Do you know what I mean? Because if City win it, I think that equals their title or equals something or other. And, you know, there'll be all the talk of the 4 titles in a row for a start. And then there'll all be the talk that Guardiola's the best manager and, you know, right over to Ferguson and all that. There'll be that argument going on. So maybe they'll roll over and do us a favour. So there. And Man City, look, they're not playing well. I don't think they're playing well. I don't think they're the team what they were last season, which is saying something, considering that, you know, they're on this path at the minute where they don't think they look like they're losing game. Ireland's just come back, scored a goal the weekend. But again, Forest, you know, could have won that game. Do you know what I mean? They could have had 2 or 3 goals before they scored. And apparently Chris Woods is a Man City supporter. So what I'm hearing like recently. So, which doesn't surprise me considering he missed 3 sitters. So, yeah, maybe should they have a look into that. But, but yeah, Arsenal, Man City, look, I can't see either of them losing games. I definitely can't see Arsenal losing game. I think we've got a good chance of winning our 3. And it's all about City. Yeah, mate, it's a toss of a coin, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think we're going to lose, and I think Man City could drop a point. So, yeah,
give us an answer. Stop skirting around it. Give us an answer.
I think there's a big possibility Man City could drop a point.
And that would mean...
I think Man City have got more likely to drop a point than Arsenal have at this moment in time with the teams they've got left. So on that, Arsenal be champions.
Okay, all right. Oh, bloody hell. He finally said it. Dancing around it for about 15 minutes there, Steve.
Yeah, well, you know why. I mean, because I know anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Of course. Garth, how do you think it's going to finish? Top 6.
Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa, Spurs, Newcastle.
You think Man United are going to drop off at the end? But here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
How many points Newcastle behind Man United? I didn't say that.
One.
Yeah, one. I think West Ham could take us as well, and Chelsea. Like, no joke. Like, I could easily see us being down in 9th by the end of the season. Like, no joke.
How many games you got left?
We've got 4.
Chelsea got 5 though. So
wait, we've got double game week. Have they got double?
Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Newcastle, Brighton.
That's going to be
that's it. So yeah, I can easily see us coming away with no points from 4 games and like us, finishing the season bad. So, I did listen. Man City, Arsenal. Yeah, it's a toss of a coin now, like Steve says. I think Man City will just keep winning, and like I said to you, it's going to be the disgusting way to lose a title for you boys. That's what I said last week, wasn't it? You can win all 5 of your games and still lose the title, and it'll be absolutely devastating.
It will.
We go down to the last game, the old double screens.
I feel so bad for you all. So honestly, like it does happen. I'm away.
I'm away down the caravan that last weekend. Can you believe it?
Yeah. It's going to be a big one. A big one. Make sure you
don't
find a TV screen, Steve. Alex, how do you think it's going to finish?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, how I want it to go is I want Arsenal to win. I want it to be City in second place. Liverpool will stay there. I don't think Aston Villa have got a chance of catching up to them. By the way, I feel like United broke Liverpool, by the way, because ever since they played us, they've just never been the same.
And I'm so happy you did.
I'm so happy. Thank goodness.
You say you want Man City you want Arsenal to win the league, Alex.
Yeah.
But do you think they will? Do you think Arsenal will?
I think they'll win all their games. I definitely think they're going to beat United. I'm just like praying to the football gods that it's not like a 6-0 or an
6-0 United.
Or like I'm praying, like please just don't do it. Just 1-0. Like that's all. I cancel that. 4-5.
Is that Old Trafford?
Oh my god! You know what? And the thing is, you've never beaten us.
Surely
Surely
you'll get something out of the game.
You've never beaten. You've not beaten us for a long time, years. So
at Old Trafford, I don't know.
Have you seen? Did you not see Burnley?
It don't matter. Honestly, it don't matter when it comes to.
I mean, with Johnny Evans. Sorry, not Johnny Evans because he's out. He's probably injured. With Casemiro and Maguire. That's the first.
United weren't great last season, and we still struggled against them at your ground. Tottenham were trash. Tottenham have been trash recently, like terrible.
They've been better than us.
3-2.
But it's a derby.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Man United draw or beat Arsenal and give City the title?
No.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
You'll never live it down. Man United supporters are you got to get the vibe right, get it round everywhere. Get it round. Can you just imagine that drawing or beating Arsenal and handing it? So here you go, Man City. You don't want that.
I don't think we're going to
want
anyway.
that.
I really don't.
I do want that, Steve. I do want that.
I know you do. I know you do. Different breed. Different animal guy. He's still. Yeah.
But I feel like Spurs they'll stay there. United, Newcastle are going to definitely take us over. We're probably going to be facing Conference League. I mean, I'm hoping that we actually get knocked out of all of that. And we are in like 8th, so we don't have to play any of it because I don't want to be involved in Conference League. And if we have to like win every single game, like undefeated, like just invincible, because that is just embarrassment. But
it's not the best. But
no,
are you sure about that? Like, you sure you want to not be in Europe?
I no, not if it's Conference League. No, thank you.
So, God, what's your thoughts on that? Would you not want to be in Europe at all if it's Europa League or bust?
Europa League's a little different, but Conference League, absolutely not. I'm about it. Like I've been saying this for a while, that Man United need that season just concentrate on domestic football for a year, get your squad right, especially if we've got a new manager coming in. Like, give him the time to not have to worry about like going away to deepest, darkest Montenegro, Montenegro, Kurdistan. You know what I mean? Like, 100% I'm about it. It's like, it'd be nice. Or we're in it. If we had a strong enough squad, I'd say we're going it. You play your second string and you beat everyone until the quarterfinals, and then you take it seriously against Roma, Sporting, and whoever else you're playing in the final. But we ain't. Like, that won't bother me. Champions League, obviously everyone wants it, but apart from that, I could quite happily go that season in Europe, especially as the Conference League.
I mean, it affects different teams differently, doesn't it? Brighton, it's turned out to be a negative, isn't it? Being in the Europa Conference, but with or whatever league, whatever they was in. But Aston Villa, it's turned out to be a positive, isn't it? Doing the semi-finals, and they will make Champions League football this year. So, I mean, it can.
It's a squad, though, Steve. Villa have got a good squad, man.
Squads and the manager. I think they've got a nice
the drop off on our team. Our 11's decent. Man United's first 11 is all right, just about. This is
Yeah.
basically like, what do you mean?
We do. We just kept 3 players of the whole squad.
Yeah. I think it's
But the
good. I
drop
think,
off after that is dead. It's dead
Yeah.
now. Drop off after that.
I think it's good. I think it's good.
Some of the first 11 as well, Alex. Some of the first 11's dead as well.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's a good way to breed players, though. You can almost look at it like that. You know, players that don't get a chance, players that don't get a game. These competitions are always, you know, there's no negative in that. You know, if you've got players who
No,
are
but
just
there is
sitting on
if
the
you start
bench,
losing these games, Steve. And then, like if you start losing to the Kurdistan team, where you like, and it becomes because listen, Man United this season.
Yeah,
this is what
Tottenham
I've
did it
done
last
with
season, didn't they?
Yeah, we can lose to anyone at the
before.
moment.
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah. But learning,
Like-
but sometimes look, when the second string playing or the younger players, losing's all part of their development, isn't it? People say that all the time. You know, you go to these outstretched places and these weird
I've
places.
been embarrassed enough this season as a Man United fan, mate. I don't need that. I don't need any more of it. You know,
It's a training club now. Like, great, wonderful. Great. Jeez.
Yeah, I do remember going to Bate Borislav and losing 1-0.
exactly.
And,
Yeah.
honestly, that was it.
Carry a
That was
bag,
it.
isn't it?
Oh,
Was it
honestly,
carry a
that was
bag?
horrible. Yeah, carry a
LKS
bag.
Lods.
Yeah, just like, yeah, it's not good. All right,
Yeah,
that is
but
all we have time for. Hopefully, next time you see us, Man United would have won a game. Arsenal will still be sitting top of the league, and Liverpool fans will carry on being humble. Thank you for joining us tonight, everyone.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Make sure you join us for the Arsenal show tomorrow and next week for the Super 6 podcast. Hit that like and subscribe if you are new to the show, and hit that like and share button if you are a regular. Please appreciate it. Peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands.